So it's probably like the 100th thing I've come up with, but basically, price moves in candles, right? I don't even use color candles. I just use one single color to mark mark out things. That's it. Anyways, basically, price has candles, right? Forget even the candles. Price has movements, right? Price. Let me find the right tool for this. I'll just use this word tool. Okay. Price has. I'll tell you. This is a. Oops. I'll change this. Right. Let's say this is a 1 minute candle. Right? Or no, let's say this is a 4 hour candle. Right? There are then 4 1 hour candles inside of this one 4 hour. Right? It won't look good, but it doesn't matter. I'm just explaining it. So there are 4 1 hours. And then each in one of those 4 hours, there's a 15 minute. Right? There's a 15 minute candle over, over, and over, and over. Right? So you guys get it. 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. Basically, the idea here is saying, okay, we're going to focus on the 15 minute candles for now. This is a 15 minute. We have price. Um, where's the path tool? Okay, we have price making an open, right? All this structure that I really don't care about because I don't want to get this structure. What do I want to find? I want to just find the top, right? Let me make this white. I want to find the top price to take an entry. That's how we're going to do that. By measuring the deviations of the previous candle, of the previous 15 minute. Like this. This way, we'll get our deviations. And sometimes it'll line up and you get a top tick. It's very consistent. Working on what levels to keep, what levels to get rid of, but most times these are good. It just hits because we're using the last candle's deviation. So I might come up with an indicator that just shows up absolute highs and absolute lows of a candle, like an overlay. But you don't need to worry about wicks. Look, -3, bottom tick. I didn't even mean to do that. -2, top tick. This one probably doesn't hit. Issues, wrong candle. Ooh. Yeah, no, it doesn't hit. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. Why don't I care? Bottom tick. Okay. All right. It's cool. Bottom tick. Bottom tick. Okay. Let's keep looking. Nothing. Nothing. That's fine. I'm alright with that. I'm just looking for some traits. Nothing here as well. Nothing here. Candle's too big. I can just visually tell because I've just been doing this for so long. This is bottom tick here actually comes up. Not as accurate as I'd like, but it's close enough. Too big. I know it won't work, right? I'm not just skipping it because like we're not hitting that in this. I just know. I've done this enough. -2 bottom tick. Probably top ticks too. No, just by a little bit. This is not hitting for sure. Yep, way later. By the way, these levels still work. Like, I'm still working on what exactly we're gonna do, but that doesn't hit. These aren't even loot. Like, a lot of these don't hit. They're not losers. They're just like way out of the range. But when they do hit, they hit. On trending candles like these, it doesn't really work, which is fine because they don't really occur that often. Or candles with like big reaches like these, we really just power through. Most of them we have solid candles like these. Sometimes we don't get hit, but sometimes we do. Too big. I can already tell this is an amazing one. Yep, bottom tick -2. Not that big of a bottom tick, but this is also 4 p.m. Let's look at some Asia. Random Asia. Let's see. I'm thinking about not using the first candle, the first 15-minute candle. That's the first 15 minutes of the hour. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm looking into it because most times we have big explosive moves in the first hour. Like literally, you can see first hour, big explosive, first hour, big explosive, first hour, big explosive. But after that, normally we have pretty solid moves. No hit there. No hit. Lots of no hits. Horrible candle. First hour once again. Not interested. Maybe top or bottom tick here. Nope. No hits. I can already tell this is top tick. Oh, let me see that. And that's top tick to the tick. Bottom tick. Missed my tick. Here, bottom tick. Kind of. Not the accuracy I want, but it's close enough. -2. Barely top ticked. No, I missed it by nothing. No, this gets ran through probably. Yeah, ran through. Um, -3 bottom tick here. That's crazy. I don't know. Anyways, the whole idea is I'm still working on it, but we use somehow the previous 15-minute candle to basically figure out what the next one is going to do. Because we have a lot of movement here, right? The idea is I want to use the previous candle, maybe opening candle plus the closing candle to like find a level and then take a trade off that level. I'm not 100% sure, but I know there's something I can do. Right? I know there's some kind of this topic. Something. It's just not hit. Sad. Bubbles are up there. Gets ran. No, it's probably top six. -3. Bang. No, nothing's gonna happen. Missed. Yeah. Bias is down. We are not in the. We're probably top six actually. Top tick. Nope. Anyways, I'm working on it, but the whole idea is using the previous candle, 15-minute, to decide how the current 15 minutes is going to move. just by top ticking, bottom ticking. So we're only worried about absolute values here, nothing else. No wicks, no nothing. We're just limiting and taking how price moves. That's it. Uh, yeah, I don't know how else to explain. It's very simple. And it works because it's time based. Because what we see here, candles move in a way, right? They don't just move randomly. There's structure in every candle. Right? I'm not crazy. It's just how price moves. Bottom tick. This is literally just how price moves. Edge by a point. Bottom tick. Bottom tick. Right? Price just moves in these ways. And you can ignore it, but it's there. Clear as day. Missed. Missed. Consolidation. Probably gets missed. Yeah, red. No hit. Anyways, I'm gonna explain more tomorrow, but yeah, I don't know. I've given up, bro. I just wanna. There's too many lies out there. Too many lies out there. Powell lying. Saying this guy just knows which true day open trades are good. All right, bro. All right. People like Ivan. You guys don't know about Ivan. Trading these OT retracements. All right. Oh, coming into the week, right? I just definitely know that this low being cleared is going to cause a retrace back to this OTE range, which gives me an entry to this low. No, I'm sorry, but no. This is something that makes sense because this is something that I can see price actually doing. All right, following the deviations of the previous candle. Right, I don't hate it. I might even get rid of the negative too, because it doesn't get hit a lot of the time. Actually, that's a good idea. Hit by like a tick for this consolidation. Negative 3 is top tick. Ooh. Negative 3 is top bottom tick, bro. Negative 3 is bottom tick. Negative nothing. That's a missed trade. No. Yeah, missed. I don't know, bro. Anyway, I'm definitely onto something here. Like, even if you just use these 1 hour candles, it does the same thing. Look, look at this. Bro, just do another 1 hour. You just top tick the 1 hour candle. Much more flex than a 15-minute candle, right? stop, bro. Why not? 6R bottom tick. Right, it just works. You can bottom tick 24/7 with this. That is a top tick on the 1 hour. You just top tick a 1 hour. It's the top tick. 1 hour is a little harder because we do trend pretty consistently. It'd probably be easier. Okay, let me explain candle structure now. Candles move in a array of accumulation, manipulation, distribution. You can see it right here very clearly. Accumulation, and we manipulate, take out this low, and then distribute towards the upside. All right, more or less how it works. Sometimes we get these janky candles. But it's the end of the day. Here. Accumulation sort of towards the downside. This is not really accumulation the first part, as is for 930. But here we have some accumulation. And then we have upside and then towards the downside. After the downside specifically, then we continue up, right? So in this case, you probably top tick the top of it since the bottom's too close. It's kind of like a fake out. Yep. Bottom tick. Could have bottom tick the 11 a.m. candle. Or top tick, yeah. It's basically just based off of prices, actual movement. And then we can go on the 15-minute to do the 4 hour candles. See. But from here, we could just top tick the 4 hour candles. Yep, top tick right there. You could have top ticked the insane candle, right? 10-point stop. If you're not running a 10-point stop on a 4 hour candle, bro, you're crazy. And yeah, you caught the entire dump. So you could have just held for 46R casually. This is a really small candle. You probably top ticked with it. Yep, top tick, top tick, top tick, top tick. This did not hit, definitely. This did Drake candle. This might be a top tick, actually, of some sort. Nope. Anyways, I don't know, bro. I've kind of gotten good at this stuff. Just like catching this stuff. Yeah, you could just casually bottom tick this 4 hour. With some 3 a.m. candle to Asia, to London High. You would have gotten untouched by this. Probably news dump, but it happens. Right, like, you could just get how price moves. Or not get it, but you could just know it. Right, no one else has this information. Bottom taking New York Open. Anyone interested? It's crazy. It just works. Bottom take that. -4. Didn't hit. Didn't hit. -3 top tick. Twice actually. Boom. Boom. Dies out of volume. Anyway, my point is, This just works on any time frame. Is it a Pebble host notification? Oh, do I need to pay for my Minecraft server? Anyways, bro. This is Fractal. Um, Price moves. Price has, right? If you really look at it, price has these micro movements within that movement, right? But price also has macro movements within that movement, which would just be like that, right? So this is all macro movement, macro, main, and micro. Uh, we're basically catching the micro movement within the medium movement within the macro movement, right? Timing it efficiently in the middle of the macro movement because price has its clearing motives, right? Where we clear the low and then we take the high. We're finding the internal structure here. Find the internal structure here to catch the move up, right? But at the same time, this is a macro structure of price just doing this, right? Or like this accumulation, manipulation in this, and then distribution, media movement. All right, we're looking for a trade in here in the beginning too, and then we're just taking microstructures basically from the bottom, and then yeah, yeah, that's how it works. It is quite pretty, very simple. That is how price moves. Understanding that, don't let you bottom tick like this. It's pretty simple. So that's my basic guide of what I've been working on, what I'm thinking of. I'm not really worried about whatever candle. Like, the only reason I have it on candles is because I need the absolute high, absolute low. If you go to line, it hides the absolute high and absolute low for some reason. Like, you can't actually mark out the true absolutes. So that is why I'm not using line. Step line, same thing. Area, same thing. Column, same thing. Ooh, wait. High low bars are a thing. I'm intrigued. If I just make these like just white. Ooh. Top taking with these candles are it's gonna piss some people off, bro. Oh, this is gonna make so many people annoyed. Anyways, I might have to read charts like this now. Missed by a tick. Missed by another tick. No, I guess hit. Yeah, top tick gets hit. Wait, another one? For fun? No, too big. Anyways, I like this. Candles do make it easier to visualize, but anyway, that's the whole idea. Um, like fractal price movements, deviations. Because candle range is definitely based off something. Like, there's some reason that this candle's low is where it is, and this candle's high is where it is. And if we can find a small piece of that, we could essentially find, okay, top, crash, right? If we can figure out why price does what it does, we'll be even more rich, or you guys will be rich. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so tired. I'm sort of getting it. I'm seeing the candles for what they really are. I'm seeing the candles for what they really are. Anyway, all right, you guys have fun. Yeah, you guys have fun.